Alright, so I just learned the worst news possible. This this account that I was following on Instagram, I knew it was AI, but unfortunately I found out that the woman in the videos, her name's Chloe, it's Chloe versus History, was made by a man, and not only that, he's a British man, so
20-something LA-based influencer, and I'm in a kitchen in Gloucestershire.
it's just like, not only do they take all the potatoes, starve all my people, they also have to sexualize a fake AI generated woman.
You know, deceived is the only way about who you were. I was surprised. I was expecting maybe Chloe not to be a...
Yeah, she's not real.
No,
And
I
she's
knew
definitely
she
not
wasn't.
bold.
I want you to tell me what you think this guy does for a living, okay? Go.
Looks like a construction worker, a mechanic.
Paris in 1788. Everything looks so beautiful, guys, like so beautiful, but behind the scenes, this is not a happy place. Nobody here knows that in 12 months, everything changes forever. Revolution styles.
I love how she steps in poop and then the sound plays. That's really good.
Okay, I am inside Versailles right now, and it is like, I cannot even describe this. Every single surface is gold. Excuse me, bonjour. I was wondering if I could ask you a quick...
Insupportable.
Right, so I have to be annoying here because I lived in France, I speak French, I was a French minor in college. She says insupportable. I assume since he has Claude generate everything for him, that was the AI. But when I looked it up on Google Translate, I was like, I have not heard that word be commonly used. So I was like, okay, maybe it's like Old French type of word. I used Google Translate. Insupportable means intolerable. I think he's trying to say, like, her outfit is unacceptable. Oh yeah, see, that's exactly it, because I looked up the word for unacceptable in French, and it's inacceptable or inadmissible. And I think that's what the AI was trying to say, but this is the issue, right? When he's saying like, oh, I just want to make these videos to educate people in history. He doesn't even fact check them.
Didn't expect anything less.
I just fast forward to 1789, and this is the storming of the Bastille. This is literally where the French...
Okay, not to be annoying, but it's Bastille. And also, it just frustrates me that, like, why is she... When I first saw the account, I thought it was cute, and I assumed maybe the AI model they used for this woman was based on somebody, possibly the person who ran the account. But when I found out that it's a 40-year-old man generating a 20-year-old woman with no bra on, it became really creepy to me. And the thing that's so funny is he's saying he wants to educate people about history, but he's literally one of the most cleavage shown eras of all time. Like, this is one of my favorite time periods for fashion, so he could have had her dressed in a period piece. One of the main dresses that was used in Versailles was called a robe à la française, and it was like a 3-piece, and it was sort of what you saw the woman wearing who said insupportable. So if he wanted her to be showing cleavage, he could have done it in a way that was proper and was historically accurate for the time period.
Bring out your dead! Bring out your dead!
Okay, this next one is so funny because you can tell he's definitely doing this for, like, attention and money, not for historical reasons, because he makes such an obvious error where he has Chloe travel back to 1318 during the Black Plague, and the plague doctor is wearing a plague mask, which wasn't even popularized until the 1500s, and you can just easily Google this. So I think he just had the AI write the script and didn't edit it or anything or fact checked at all.
A plague doctor, and honestly, he is giving very Halloween costume. How many patients are you seeing a day right now?
As many as God sends me.
Fever, then the swelling here. I'm going to be next.
Okay, I found this one really, really funny because, again, I don't think the guy who made this thought about the prompts he was inputting, because she's dressed like a 18th century French like an 18th century French peasant, not like somebody from the Middle Ages or the 14th century. She literally looks like somebody throwing on a community college stage play of Les Mis. So definitely do not trust this guy.
Gender, age, hairstyle.
Interesting. So sort of like blue collar, bottom of the society.
For some reason, she vibed with me. Reference sheet. This is what I'm gonna tell Claude for context. This is what I'm gonna tell Claude for context.
Is it a stick, Claude Blackadder?
Yes, Mum, but it is a very special stick, because when you throw it away, it comes back.
Oh my god, your dress! That is peak! This gown took 6 months and cost my husband a small fortune. 6 months? Babe Sheen could never. But honestly, is it comfortable?
I have not taken a full breath since Tuesday.
Oh, so the fashion history girlies are gonna be so angry at this one, because I know this is a common myth that corsets were incredibly uncomfortable, and it was popularized by, I honestly think, the Titanic movie. So this is from Debunking Those Corsetry Myths by Stephanie Celebrity, and she says, myth number 4, corsets were painful and restrictive. Not really. Again, drawing from an earlier point, if your corset is painful or you cannot breathe, you're doing something wrong. Stays and corsets were garments made specifically to the measurements of the wearer. There was no one-size-fits-all that every woman of every shape and size had to squeeze themselves into and suffer through all day long. 18th century stays had adjustable shoulder straps and adjustable lacing, either front or back lacing. Corsets in the 19th century had adjustable lacing and featured specific corsets tailored to certain sports or labor-driven work. Taking their fluidity into account and pairing it with the knowledge that women would sometimes elect to not wear corsets provides further perspective into the way women use these garments. We must remember that, although these women came from different times and different societies, they still had agency. They still wore or didn't wear fashions depending on their own moods or tastes. Just as women today choose to wear dresses while others choose to wear pants, women of the past choose the corsets that worked for them. I also think it's interesting. I really think that fashion has changed the way people see garments, because even I was just thinking, like, how I have a pear-shaped body, so it's hard to find pants. And I was thinking, what did people do in the 1980s when the rough, thick mom jeans were super popular? And the answer is that a lot of people used to have a lot less clothing, and I don't think with the rise of fast fashion, people aren't really thinking about that anymore, but people used to have a lot less clothing so they could personally get things tailored to their size, and that is what would make the corsets, they wouldn't be painful because they're gonna be tailored exactly to your measurements.
Just arrived in Pompeii, and it is giving Roman holiday, but like real.
You're telling me this man couldn't even write the dialogue himself for like a 1 minute long video? Come on.
Okay, but what if you float on water because you're so tiny and petite? Like, does that make me a witch?
A group of young girls began having like fits and screaming, and the Puritans had no way to explain it, so they blamed witchcraft. And once the accusations started, they didn't stop. Over 200 people were accused, 200. Most of them were just women who didn't fit in.
Yeah, so I actually pulled it up. It's kind of funny. One of the lessons I did for Halloween while I was teaching English in France was about the Salem witch trials. And it wasn't just the Puritans didn't understand. The Salem witch trials are a period in history that's referenced a lot. It's referenced in this novel called The Scarlet Letter. And essentially what happened is that these three girls, Elizabeth, Abigail Williams, had these fits, and another girl named Anne Putnam Jr. They blamed a Caribbean slave named Tituba, and essentially it was just these three girls going around and pointing at people and saying they're witches. But 200 people were tried, and I think only 20 were executed, so it was honestly just fueled by xenophobia, and it's used a lot, like, to reference other times in American history where paranoia just takes over, like the Red Scare, and so it's kind of, the way she said it was like extremely simple. And honestly, you could watch Drunk History. There's I showed it to my class when I was in France with Joel McHale. It does a good job, the Drunk History episode on the Salem witch trials.